Guess who's back? Back again. What up, everybody? Glad to be back at home. My name's Justin. We got the LeBron's #1 fan below me.
I'm actually to your right on my screen, but you know it's cool.
Okay. I think on the live screen. You're in the bottom. You're on the bottom.
Okay. All right,
and I think you might have some words for us today.
Nah, anyway, I'm cool.
We got a little breaking. We got a little breaking trade action that we'll get into. Jarris Jones in the DMV to my right or left. What's up, man?
What's going on? Welcome back.
Oh, yeah, glad to have you here. Matt would be here, but he's actually in Cape Cod.
Oh, he's waiting. He's gonna be at the airport for Kyrie when he gets there.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, can we say that he actually broke the news to us live from Boston? Is that what happened?
Oh no, he didn't. I don't think he's seen this.
He didn't do all that.
You know what I'm saying Matt #3.
Yeah, sports. Yeah, he's working on it. He was going to Nantucket, and I've heard of Nantucket. I thought that was like in the Secret Life of Walter Mitty or something, but I might have to visit there sometime.
Oh yeah.
So, and then Diggs, he does not have a face, but he's there, man.
I'm the faceless man.
Yeah.
Can we call him Shadow Diggs? Can we just bring that into the whole show? Just say Shadow Diggs. I mean, to me that sounds awesome, like a superhero.
No, the faceless man.
Yeah, I'm the faceless man.
The faceless man.
That doesn't sound powerful.
What do you mean? Have you not seen Game of Thrones?
Exactly. It's a Game of Thrones reference.
I don't watch Game of Thrones, for the record.
Bro, that is one of the most powerful people ever.
I will binge after next season.
Why? Just binge
watch 6 seasons?
Yeah,
maybe I'll binge before. Now. Yeah, I'll binge before next season because a lot of stuff's been spoiled for me. And
okay, but it's gonna be different. You know what I mean? When you watch it, you need to get on it.
We'll see.
All right.
Anyways, Diggs, what are we doing, man? Episode 18, rolling strong. What we got going on? What's on the docket?
Well, episode 18, we've got some breaking news. So, Kyrie Irving has finally been traded. It's finally over. He's going to the Celtics, and I'm working on the details right now. I'll give you all the details, but
I believe it's for Isaiah Crowder, whatever, Zeke, some random center, and Brooklyn's 2018 pick. It's what you're supposed to going to be
#1.
It's going to be a nice pick.
Which, I'm just going to kick it off. If I'm Cleveland, this is a good haul, in my opinion. I mean,
absolutely.
The Kyrie for IT thing's obviously Kyrie's better and probably a smidget better on defense than Isaiah Thomas. They're both terrible on that side of the ball. But ultimately, I mean, if you're Cleveland, you kind of got what you wanted. You got a younger player who can help you in the here and now with Isaiah. He's still got the youth on his side. You got Jay Crowder, who is a younger player than Richard Jefferson, to go out there and guard a KD because they're going to be in the finals again. They're still going to beat this Celtics team. And you get that 2018 pick, which this is just me forecasting, but I think that could ultimately help you keep LeBron, because if you keep this team how it is now and you add a 2018 pick, which will be a 1, 2, or 3, do you know the players who are coming out in this next draft and the drafts coming up? I mean, I don't see it. I still think LeBron stays in the East regardless, but it's something that can help him. Who knows? Maybe Kyrie leaving. It's going to be great battles to watch. I mean, Kyrie's an integral part of Cleveland's championship pedigree now. You know what I mean? The key is always going to be associated with the team that came back from 3-1. But it's going to be a fun season to watch now. There's just storylines everywhere for the NBA. I love it.
I like the build up. Yeah.
Who do you think got the best of the deal, though?
I think Cleveland did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think they both.
If you take the first, you have to include the first round pick. If you take the pick out, I would say it was pretty. Yeah. But I mean,
it's still pretty even because Boston still has tons of picks, tons of young talent.
Yeah, they do.
Me and Diggs were talking about it. If I was Cleveland, I would have tried, instead of that center, try to go get Jaylen Brown. I mean, they have so many players at one position. I don't know. They definitely get better, but it's going to be interesting to see because now you have Kyrie, who likes to play iso ball. And IT did, but he was pick and roll still at the end of the day. He needed help and he needed to carry the ball. It's all good.
But
Kyrie
yeah.
can go hard, man. Kyrie's going to try it. He's going to try to take this team. He's going to try to make it his team. He's going to try to overexert himself. I don't know. To me, the Celtics got weaker. I mean, yes, they got Kyrie, but there's no Jay Crowder. Well, Jay Crowder, he's gone. Avery Bradley, Kelly Olynyk, all of them were gone. Those were the role players that made the Celtics so great.
That's true.
I don't know without those guys. I mean, yes, they got Jaylen Brown. They got some young guys, Jason Tatum coming in. Are they going to be able to take that step right away to make them a good team? I think
definitely not right away.
I think they're going to struggle early.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll definitely struggle early.
I mean, who's off the ball for Boston? Like, who can play well off the ball? Like, Hayward can play well off the ball. I think Brown likes having the ball in his hands some.
Tatum definitely needs it in his hands.
Tatum, and now you got Kyrie. So you got 3 players that need the ball in their hands to create and do work on offense.
I mean,
Hayward. Don't forget about Hayward's out there too.
I mean, Horford is a big man. Big man can't do anything but get the ball in his hands. You know what I mean? He can shoot, but that's
I don't know. We'll see how the chemistry. I'm excited for the build up for the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah,
because it's most likely gonna be these two, maybe Washington, but
I'm actually really excited for just to see. I mean, I know y'all saw the red jerseys Cleveland wears now, so now to see the little midget Isaiah Thomas with LeBron,
he's gonna be so pissed. He's gonna be mad.
But here's one thing that's. A lot of people, obviously, this just happened like no more than 10, 15 minutes ago. But one thing people are missing now, this means Kevin Love stepping up into that 2 role.
Right.
So now we're going to see Kevin Love somewhat get back to the Kevin Love of old. Kevin Love's not going to be afraid to shoot. He's going to get way more shots. I mean, maybe not because Isaiah likes to get shots. But I think at least initially, it's going to be the Kevin Love LeBron show while Isaiah gets accustomed.
I hope K-Love add some weight in the offseason. Get back to the old K-Love, man.
He's trying to stretch 3, man. He's trying to stretch it out.
He needs to, and he's a good stretch player. If he's just more consistent, I mean, look, he can still go out there. He still gets the boards at his size now. Like he's
not as
capable
many,
of being
though.
A dominant player. Not as many, but he's still out there a double machine. If he
when he was 25, 30 pounds heavier, he was going at Blake Griffin.
Look, I know we all been on Twitter and we see the hoodie mellow thing and the 94 on 2K. If they gave me fat K Love, he better be at least a 97 too.
Right.
But that's a different kind of K Love. That's big man league.
Yeah.
K-Love. He doesn't play that way anymore. And the league,
I get 30 something shots K Love too.
I mean, the league isn't geared towards that type of player anymore. Granted, he was great then. He could still be great now, but he has to play the way he's playing right now, kind of like that tweener role. Where he can kind of shoot threes and be a threat out there. So he adapted, and that's what players got to do.
Yeah, I mean that's the name of the game is adapt. I don't know. This is going to be really interesting to see. I mean, I hated Isaiah Thomas because I watched the Celtics, I watched the Cavs, and I'm a LeBron fan, but. Seeing him with LeBron is honestly, for the style that LeBron is, and you guys bring it up all the time, doesn't have that killer instinct in the final whatever seconds. Now he has somebody who is literally the same as Kyrie. It's like a swap for a shorter Kyrie who's obviously not as good as Kyrie.
With no defense.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying, like the point I'm making. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, everybody says that IT doesn't have defense, but his size. I mean, he plays decent defense.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna try.
Yeah, as much as you can. He tries. It's just he's just a liability when he gets matched.
But I mean, you got to think about it. Cleveland still has everybody coming off the bench. I mean, you have Iman Shumpert, who will be a defensive guard. I mean, that's all he is now anyway.
He needs to step it up, man.
He does. Really he was playing well until the finals too, which really blew my mind. Like he was actually he was shooting 40-something% from 3. So I don't know. You still got him. You still got J.R. Smith. I think there's a lot to come. I mean, their starting lineup is going to be IT, Crowder, LeBron, K-Love, Thompson. And that's a really, really good starting 5, especially in the East.
It is. Okay. Coming off the bench.
So,
Diggs.
Yeah, I forgot about Rose coming off.
Thanks. We all forgot about Derrick Rose.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Derrick Rose look, he was your above average point guard last year. You know what I'm saying? And coming off the bench, all right, let's say you're playing somebody and you need a bigger point guard to play defense. You have that now with him who can run the offense and get buckets. Last year, he's obviously never going to be D Rose that he was, but last year he did pretty well for the Knicks and stayed healthy too, which was the main key.
Yeah.
Did Kyrie have an epiphany yesterday with the eclipse that the Earth was actually, in fact, round? And now all of a sudden his game is going to have an epiphany, and he might start passing the ball and gel well with Boston.
I see what you did there.
I don't know.
I see you tried to connect the dots.
I'm connecting the dots. Maybe it was that
connect the
eclipse
dots, man.
that had to turn him into
Interesting.
more of a
But can I also add, if the rumor mills are true, and the rumors love to rumor, Dwayne Wade might be coming to Cleveland too, man.
Yeah, he's
I mean,
He pretty much will be,
bro. If Dwayne Wade goes to Cleveland, we all know they're back in the finals, and it's a better team than last year playing.
They're already back in the front.
If they get D Wade though, they have a much better shot than they did this year.
If they get D Wade, sit him on the bench until the last 10 games of the year, and
exactly.
Maybe that's a topic for another day, but I never understand why these players don't realize they can extend their careers by the bench.
Right.
You're still going to get minutes. You still want to put up points. You're still needed.
You want to make a brand for yourself, you know what I mean?
I mean, I get it, but
he's
Dwayne Wade,
good.
Wade
What do you mean? D Wade still put up 18 points a game last year.
I know, but you need him for the playoffs.
Oh no, I'm not saying that yet. But if you put him on the Cavs, they have so many things anyway that everybody should get less minutes.
I'm talking play sparingly throughout the season.
Other than LeBron, because LeBron's going to say, I want to play.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody else will be rotating in and out.
Bring him in when things get stagnant, because you know how things get stagnant. Switch up the rotations a little bit. He could still technically be coming off the bench, but still get good minutes. I mean,
well, if you get a D Wade, you basically have two units now that can not match up with the Warriors, but you have two legit starting fives almost.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree completely. So
I don't know.
So if they sign Wade, what do you think they do with either JR or Shump? One of them's out of there.
Oh, if you sign Wade, you get rid of Shumpert for something for sure. You got to keep JR Smith.
Shump has the defense, man. He may be self-guard on offense, but he plays defense.
Yeah.
But
you don't have one of those.
Out of those two, like JR's the more complete player. You saw what he can do in that last finals game. Like if he gets it going, he is one of the best weapons in the league.
He's a shooter though. Like
yeah, I know, but he still plays defense now too. You know, like LeBron has transformed him into something he wasn't when he was in New York.
I would do Smith over Shumpert, even though Shumpert's offense was horrible. Like Diggs said, he could defend when you need him to. If you have to deal one of the two.
So guys, right now Boston's starting five is going to be Irving, Hayward, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Morris, and Al Horford.
I mean, that's a good starting five. It's definitely good. Yeah.
As a Wizards fan, I'm unfazed by that starting five. Just for the record.
Hey man,
you got Tatum.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
I'm liking the Hornets starting five, but that's another story.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think we're good.
All right, enough NBA.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
All right.
Where are we going next?
I don't know if y'all saw last week, but did y'all see the that fantasy auction draft from ESPN?
Yeah,
I did.
The slave auction
go down.
That was horrible.
That was the start of Will Cain's demise.
Oh no,
man.
Right,
it was very cringeworthy. You know,
it was definitely cringeworthy and tone deaf. But in the same sense, I agree with what Will Cain said when he meant people taking it out of context, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, they definitely should have put some black people in the crowd at least, and that would have made it way better.
Right.
It looked like a slave auction, don't get me wrong.
I mean, the optics were bad on that.
Yeah. But it was, in all intent and purposes, a fantasy draft. This happens at bars across America.
Correct.
Just not on TV. Like,
it's just everything. It's
scrutinizing.
A lot came into play, and a lot of it came because of the timing.
Yeah,
right after
bad timing.
Charlottesville situation, and so it tensions were already high. People were already kind of looking for things that were kind of related to that type of a situation. And then you turn on ESPN and you see an auction draft, and granted the way it looked, white guys auctioning off black sports players. Yes, we know everyone who plays sports understands how fantasy drafts go. Yes, they have those type of deals. It just didn't look good, man.
It looked terrible.
Why can't they needed to auction like Aaron Rodgers off, like at least throw him in there. That way it doesn't,
I'm surprised they didn't, but it's just because Odell Beckham's the biggest name in the league.
Right. Yeah. But they had somebody else before Odell, didn't they?
I think it was Antonio Brown.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Antonio Brown. Yeah. It's like throw somebody, but maybe they didn't have the rights or something. I don't know. It's ESPN. They got the rights. I don't know. It was
it
for
was
the time.
bad.
5 years ago, nobody would have thought anything of it. It's just.
I mean,
even 2
topic
months
right
ago,
now.
probably no one would have thought about
I
it.
think I say it every episode. It's just the day and age we live in. It's everything is scrutinized with Twitter. Everybody has the opinion. One person sees it, retweets it, quotes it with why they think it's bad, blah, blah, blah. And it just gains steam. It's a snowball effect, and everybody either jumps on that side of the fence or the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
And that's just,
I mean, I agree with that, but it's like Jared said, the timing. Like,
I don't know.
You can't.
Yeah.
You have to understand what's going on.
It was during their
you
little
should
24-hour
have known
fantasy
better.
thing, and they were trying to get. I mean, I didn't really understand the whole 28-hour fan. I was like, okay, we get it. Everybody plays fantasy anyway. Stop it. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could have went about it differently for sure.
Yeah,
Just
of
gotta
all
be
people
aware.
to do it too. Of all their stations, ESPN,
Right.
because they're pretty left wing. I mean, they nominated gave Caitlyn Jenner the award for the Courage Award and the ESPYs.
Arthur Ashe or whatever.
They're. You would think that they would see, they would catch this because they are very conscious
Right.
not to offend anybody. Fox Sports, they're pretty savage. They might.
Bro, honestly, since you brought it up, are you guys team ESPN or Fox Sports right now?
Fox Sports all the way.
Bro, me too. I'm right there with you.
Screw ESPN.
Fox Sports. I
It
mean,
depends. If I'm
Oh.
trying to watch like a Sports Center, obviously Sports Center, but
well,
their
yeah,
shows,
to get highlights.
yeah, their shows are by far better. Like,
Oh yeah.
the Herd, like he can definitely be way out there, Colin can, but he is way more entertaining to watch than Rosillo or
I will-
whatever.
Oh yeah.
as a Wizards fan, I would never watch Colin Cowherd until he.
What do you mean? You see what he says about Cam Newton, and I still watch him.
Do you see what he said about John Wall? And
Bro, it can't be
I
worse
can't
than
do it,
Cam.
man. I
No.
can't do it, man.
Dude, he
Colin
hates
Cowherd.
Cam Newton more than anybody else. I promise.
The only thing I don't like about Cowherd is he kind of forgets, like he never comes back to something where he was wrong. And
Oh, yeah,
that's, I mean, but a lot of people don't. But like there was one where he was talking about Romo. He was counting out the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. And this was probably 8 years ago. And Romo wasn't on there, and Romo had like a great season after that, and then he just kind of jumped on the Romo bandwagon.
Yeah.
But you kind of get that a lot.
Yeah,
with some of
that's
those
how it
guys.
goes.
But no, yeah, highlights ESPN all day. But if you're going for outside the box thinking, and plus ESPN, they control a lot of their stuff. Like you think it's free speech when you're on their network. No, it's not. Not at all.
Just wait until the Chris Carter and Nick Wright show gets going, because I'm a big Nick Wright fan. I love Nick Wright.
So, are you guys a First Take or Undisputed fans then?
I actually like First Take better, surprisingly.
Shannon Sharp's been getting
man,
better.
I think he's like the
I can't-
fastest growing anchor or something, but I just can't deal with Skip.
Yeah, I can't do a Skip either,
Well-
but Skip is there for that type of dynamic. But Shannon Sharp has been look, I didn't think it would work with Shannon. Don't get me wrong. I love Shannon Sharp for all his worth, but I didn't think that he. I'm trying to figure the words for it. I wasn't sure if he's going to be able to give the insights with that type of depth that's needed for that kind of show.
Yeah.
And I think that as things have changed, as we've seen a lot of racial dynamics come in,
learns.
concepts, he's learned and he's been giving points that you really have to think about. I mean, his perspective is respected. And I have to say he's done a great job. But I still think First Take is just, I don't know if it's nostalgia, but Stephen A. Smith is First Take, man. And I got love for the way he handles himself. And I'm a Stephen A. Smith guy.
Yeah, I like First Take because of his name's escaping me.
Max Kellerman.
Yeah, Max Kellerman.
Yeah.
Both those guys are highly educated.
Yeah.
Stephen A. Smith might have the best vocabulary, wordsmith. Like I would say, I mean, he says words we were talking about the other day. You have to go look up afterwards because
he has the best reactions. He just reacts to things with like you want to hear what he's going to say when
he's just used to the camera now. So
yeah, he is.
It's just normal. Like when you first get on the camera, you kind of shell yourself. So I don't know.
Yeah, but the way he's able to slip in some of those words is phenomenal. Just in normal conversation, he'll be going, spitting out whatever he has to say, and all of a sudden you'll hear. I can't even think of something. I can't even pronounce something.
Get Justin a dictionary.
Give me a dictionary, but Stephen A. Smith definitely gets.
He just probably has the app on his phone that gives him a word, and then he tries to use it.
Word of the day, yeah.
Oh, man, he just digs in the depths of the dictionary just to use it for the show.
And I think Max Kellerman, the way his take on things and the way that they talk, it seems like it's a real conversation that you would actually hear. When Skip Bayless is in the mix, I feel as if he goes into a show with, I'm going to take this viewpoint. It's the wrong viewpoint. Everybody knows it's wrong, but I'm going to try to argue it.
That's because he's a homer. Skip is the biggest homer on TV, for sure.
Gosh, man.
He's like an OU fan, but yet he says that all the time, and he's more critical of like especially when they do bad, the Sooners and the Cowboys.
The Cowboys, he's not really ever
critical of the Cowboys. Even on the Cowboys down years, he takes a positive spin on what they have to do. I can't stand Skip.
Yeah. The reason we all know why I'm not going to get into why I don't like him. Man, dude, LeBron can score 72.
Oh, LeBron.
LeBron will score 72, and
that's his take. He hated on her from the beginning, so he has to keep that viewpoint. He's not going to.
It's cool. It's cool. But I mean, speaking of Cowboys and Skip Bayless, what are we all thinking about? Is the star, the main man down there in Dallas now, Ezekiel Elliott, appealing his 6-game suspension about domestic violence and everything.
You think it goes to 4?
No.
You think
I think you don't draft him in fantasy football because that's going to backfire later in the season.
Yup, I'm with you.
I agree. I think you're going to make a point.
I mean, honestly,
6 games on him.
There's not.
Yeah, he's getting at 6.
There's not much to talk about in this whole situation because I mean, none of us know the actual facts of the case, but I think that what it does show, which we're going to get into with the future work stoppage we think will happen, is how much power Goodell has. You know what I mean? And like how he sort of pick and chose. I mean, granted, he just put in that 6-game, you know what I mean? Like this 6-game for your first time and then banishment after that. But as far as I know, the investigators and them and Goodell determined that she's telling the truth and that he hit her on 3 different occasions. Meanwhile, they're trying to victim shame her, telling her because she was trying to leak tapes of Zeke. I don't know. But no, I think it stays at 6 because if you're going to have that rule that you get 6 for the first time, you have to stick with it, especially as Goodell. You know what I mean? You're the judge, you're the commissioner, the judge, the jury, you're everything, the executioner. I don't know. There's not.
But he did get a third party for this and to help hand out the punishment too, right?
I mean, got a third party to investigate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he always does that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he realizes kind of what you just said, that he's the judge and, the all, the be all. But I think he's kind of bringing some outside help in to basically, even though he might be, handing out the punishment, that they're assisting him more because I think people are getting tired of that.
Well, he's butchered so many in the past. I mean, the Ray Rice one, the John Brown one, the Giants kicker, like. I don't know. That's just why I think it's, to me, I don't know. I don't know the evidence. I don't know if there's any like physical proof that he hit her or witnesses or anything, but it's just one of those things that comes back to me. You're supposed to be proven innocent, or you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty, but that's never how it works, especially in a domestic violence case.
What I don't get is, and I go back to just like corporate America, if this happens, they're going to rely on the local officials,
exactly.
They're going to rely on the police, the FBI, other investigators, the courts. That's where the NFL needs to do it. I mean, I think this is getting a little too, and I know they don't want this, but it's getting a little too, they're getting too involved.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're definitely getting too involved in, the outside. I mean, we saw today. Did you guys see the TMZ headline? Ezekiel Elliott was partying. Literally on their day off, was just on a lake, not even drink. All the witness said he didn't have a drink of alcohol, but it was just clickbait trying to make you seem like he was doing something with females because there's females there in bikinis.
Right. Well, he has a spotlight on him now. I mean, when that kind of thing comes into play, anything you do will now be highlighted. It'll be broadcast for the world. He has to lay low. He can't honestly do anything until this whole situation is over. It's going to make him look even worse, and it's going to shine a bad light on him.
It's that Johnny Manziel effect.
Exactly.
To your point, though, Justin. I think the reason that they do get involved, though, is because NFL players have the money to settle out of court, which is what I believe they did, right? I think he did because they ended up not going to court or she didn't show up, kind of like the Greg Hardy situation. Right. But I don't know. 6 games to me is harsh. I thought it should be 4. I mean, 6 is almost half the season, especially for a team who, honestly, business-wise, is your biggest draw in the league.
it was just preseason, but did you see McFadden? I mean, that offensive line is just still killing.
Oh, I mean, I think Alfred Morris is better than McFadden.
Yeah, but I still think they're going to be okay.
Oh,
I
no,
think
they'll
they're
be
going to
fine.
have some.
They'll definitely be fine.
They won't have Zeke, but I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think they'll be dangerous, but they'll be fine.
Yeah.
They're dangerous with Zeke.
I think they're just going to play that kind of how I would play on Madden, just grind it out, get that first down after first down, just try to get that 3.5 yards of carry, whatever they can do. That's all they can do now.
McFadden will be hurt by week 3 anyway.
Yeah, and then it's Alf's turn.
Yeah.
We're going to see some home runs getting hit.
Still got love for Alf, man, so I'm going to go ahead and let that slide this time.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up the work stoppage for the NFL in 2021. Let's go ahead and talk about that.
It's inevitable at this point because players are upset about many of things, which is really stupid because they agreed to it in the first place. But they're upset that they don't have guaranteed money. They're upset that the NBA is making more money than them, all the players, blah, blah, blah. But to me, that's just the dumbest thing ever because as we see last night with Odell Beckham, one play and you can literally never play again. While in basketball, those injuries are way, way, way more rare, you know? So, I don't know. It's going to happen. We're going to see another either shortened season or no season.
Yeah.
Isn't Goodell getting an extension?
Oh, yeah.
He's about to get an extension.
No.
I think he's made like over $200-something million dude, like that blew my mind.
Who is he signing his extension with? Like, who negotiates his extension?
The owners.
Yeah. The owners like him.
So the owners are happy with him completely.
Yeah.
Oh, they love him because he's making them more money.
Hey, say what you want about Goodell. The NFL's done just fine since he's been commissioner.
He's an owner's
drastically.
Sure.
Right. I mean, he's a businessman.
Yeah.
I don't like some of the stuff he does, but from a business aspect and bringing in money, he's great for the NFL. And, you know, ultimately, he's been pretty decent for fans as far as some of the NFL integration with, you know, being able to watch it on your phone. I mean, a lot of that stuff was going to happen, but NFL kind of led the way. I remember, I think almost 10 years ago, I was watching the Sunday Ticket on my first generation iPhone. That was, you know, something that was, you know, that he brought about. I think they get it fixed before too. They're talking about it this early. I don't think there's going to be a stoppage, and that's way outside the box of what everybody else is thinking.
They're going to try to strip Goodell of so much of his power. The players, the PA.
It's not going to happen. So do you guys think this whole work stoppage is going to last? I mean, the NFL is the most popular sports in the United States.
I mean, it's going to last for a little bit.
They'll get it. It's going to be like the debt ceiling, the U.S. debt ceiling. It's going to go until the last minute. And they're gonna get something done because I think
they'll miss some training camps or something.
Right. Yeah, but everybody's gonna realize like, wait, our careers are extra short in the NFL, especially some of these running backs. They're gonna talk to the player CBA. Let's get something done because I can't go a season without playing and without collecting money. I'm gonna be really hurt. Talk about no guaranteed money.
Hey, we'll see the rise of the CFL maybe or something.
Hey, we're in the football league.
Nah. Maybe they'll make their own or something.
I don't know. You never know.
Yeah,
replacements will come in.
That is my movie.
So, what do you think, Diggs? Is it going to be stop for sure?
I'm not going to say for sure, but I mean,
if you had to sit on one side, where would you be?
I'm going to say yeah. Like you said, I think it'll go down to the wire, and then somebody's going to cave.
Oh, the owners are going to want that money.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Money talks, man.
Just building stadiums.
Yeah.
Money talks.
Like, imagine being like a city that's funding, where the Chargers are going to play or something like that. The city funded stadiums. Like, that 1 year is going to hurt a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money you're losing out on if they don't end up playing.
Right.
Real quick. I know this is on the top hat, but we just gotta, because I've had received several texts, etc., about the Odell Beckham hit. A lot of for those of you who didn't see, Odell Beckham went up. He actually had to extend for a catch, comes down, barely plants one of his legs. It barely touched the ground, and the defender for the Cleveland Browns, went low. Looked like he tore his ACL, but it might not be as serious. So what do you guys think?
Not dirty
or not dirty?
Not dirty.
Definitely not dirty.
Not dirty.
Well,
I mean, so look. I mean, the NFL is notorious for trying to, and granted, this is the right thing to do. Change the rules, make sure the players aren't getting hit high. He wasn't looking. If he would have got blasted up top, that concussion, that would have gotten the same reaction. Correct.
Yeah, it'd have been defensive.
Players have to go low. The rules are have dictated that players have to go low.
If you watch it again, he slipped the defender.
Yeah. He was kind of out of position. He had to just dive and go low. But if he doesn't plant, he flips over, and it's not a big deal. But since he barely planted, his foot barely got on there on the turf. And
you know what's not fair to that player is, I mean, he's a backup safety, so we don't know what the safety situation is in Cleveland. He's fighting for a job.
Right.
So he's like, oh my God, this is a preseason game. I can't hurt Pretty Boy Floyd over here. And then he loses his job on tape because they say, why didn't you tackle him? He just scored a touchdown on you.
Exactly.
And that's what you see a lot in preseason. You'll see good on good. And that's okay because there's like kind of a mutual respect for one another if you're a starter in the NFL and in the first quarter. But once you start getting those second and third teamers in there and you still have some of your ones, you better get them out in preseason because those guys, like Chris said, they're fighting for their jobs. They're out. Yeah, they're out there. I'm going to make this play. And so that's one thing about preseason is if I'm a coach, as soon as I see, some of their second stringers come in, Odell, you're out. Yeah, you got to take him out because that's just the way it is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And a lot of players are siding on the fact that they say, oh, yes, it's a legal hit, but it's preseason. Why do you got to hit that way? But you guys are right. They're trying to make players. They're trying to make the team. They're trying to make a statement. These guys are going to play football to the end. There is no preseason football where you have to play lighter or don't. These guys have a job to do.
You can't play football at 75%.
No,
like basketball, you can. Basketball, you can just kind of lollygag, shoot around, but you cannot do that in football.
No, you get hurt a lot in football because when your leg is planted, you're susceptible to injuries.
Right.
So as long as you're moving fast and you're constantly moving, you're not as.
Can we say how much of a drama queen he was?
Oh my God!
I instantly thought it.
Let's talk about it.
First of all, before this, just to let it be known to the Just Critting Around followers, Matt Thompson, who is on this show, he's actually on vacation. He said that was a dirty hit He said during the season. It's not. But
if I was a Giants fan, I would say it was a dirty hit too. I mean, he's a fan of the team. He doesn't like the hit. Honestly, no one likes the way it looked. It looked really bad. And when you see it, you're like, man, this is tough. Why it has to happen like this? But he's a star player and playing in preseason. The only answer is to not play him. Right. We know what Odell can do. Him playing in the preseason isn't going to change anything.
Right.
We know he's going to still ball out. But,
so describe what happened. I was glancing back and forth, but what happened after this? Injury?
Oh my God, I was watching it, and when he got hit, did the normal little my leg kind of hurts, roll on the ground thing. Like kind of took his helmet off and threw the ball at the player, like on the ground. You know how you get kind of mad when you get hurt, even though it's not their fault. So he did that, and the trainers came out, and he was good, and he ran off the field under his own power. And I'm talking like jog, looked no limp, he was good to go. And then from there, there's a camera that follows him into the locker room by himself with no trainers. He ran all the way from his sideline into the tunnel with the camera following him. 100% knew the camera was behind him. It stopped. Fell down on the ground, holding his head like his knee just blew up. I didn't understand it. I've sprained my ankle. I'm still got a sprained ankle, and I was straight. I mean, I wasn't straight, but I wasn't doing all that. Like, it hurts.
Yeah.
Look,
I don't know. It really annoyed me. He's just
for the clicks, man. It's for the clicks.
I mean, it's just a player he is. We saw it all last year. He tried to say he's trying to stay away from the whole drama life. You know what I mean? Stop bringing attention to himself.
Cut your hair.
That literally just was the complete opposite last night. What I saw, he brought all the attention to himself. He took it away from the play, away from everything, made it bigger than it had to be by falling down like that.
So is Odell the biggest attention whore in the NFL?
By far right now that I know of,
absolutely. And it didn't help his case that he's okay.
Come on, and then later in the in those interviews, like giving those sarcastic answers, like, "Oh, it's just a sprained ankle, I'm fine." Blah blah blah. Like,
makes it look even worse. Right. If it was fine, you could have sat down on the sideline and gotten wrapped up like your regular.
If you can run like that after a sprain, like that's like one of those sprained ankles you get in basketball where it just happens for a split second, and you're like, oh, that kind of hurt, and you kind of walk it off. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's gonna hurt tomorrow, but you're still straight. You can still like.
First of all,
preseason, don't go play, but you know what I mean.
It's got to be a knee injury. I mean, the ankle was just for every
no,
all the team.
Sprained ankle that they X-rayed it and everything.
Yeah.
I
it
think
looked like a knee injury, but yeah, you're right. It has. I don't know.
I think it's a knee injury, and they said, look, we don't want to give away our hand.
You can't do that. You have to disclose injuries.
Yeah, but it's kind of shaky.
That was 100% a sprained ankle because if you watch, his front feet is like his toes are the ones in this. And like once he gets hit, like you can just see his ankle roll. It's not his knee. I think he was scared it was his knee. But if you're running like that, like he was legit running at a good pace. He was running like as fast as I run a mile. He was straight.
Tom Brady's. Well, I don't know about last season, but he was probable for every game for the past like 6 years.
Yeah, didn't they get in trouble for that?
Yeah.
That's why I think they took. I think you can't list them as probable anymore because of that. For something that they took away.
Anyways, I'm just saying. I did see the replay, and you can kind of see the ankle, but it looked like the ankle was fine. It looked like
it looked like it was the knee. Like they said ankle. Yeah, and then he said something about concussion protocol too. I'm like, what?
They just checked him.
They're just throwing diagnoses out there.
Look, first of all, he should have got a flag for taking his helmet off on the field. Didn't get that. I'm just calling out the refs right now.
Did you get a flag for throwing a football at the player?
He didn't get one for that either.
If you're hurt, and it's a TV timeout or injury timeout, you can take off your helmet. So
it was literally no more than 10 seconds after.
Yeah. You can take off your helmet for that.
It was literally just one of those. He was mad that guy hit him like that, and he got hurt from it. But at the end of the day, that guy's trying to feed his family and live. So sorry, Aldell.
Yeah,
sucks. You're playing football. It's always my thing. You signed up to play.
No, Troy Polamalu did that to Vernon Davis,
right?
Like 10 years ago, and it was bad. Vernon Davis planted, stood there. Troy was like, he could have tackled him. But he just went for his legs. After the game, they interviewed Troy. He said, that's the way we're taught to hit now. Yeah. We can't go high. If we can't wrap up, we got to go for the, right there at the knees.
Yep, exactly. It's just the catch-22 in the NFL these days.
Is it?
I mean, they're going to try to make the game safer, but at the end of the day, it's football. It's never going to be safe.
Right.
Top hat Diggs. What do you got for us?
All right, I already pulled the first one. We've got KD walking around DC with the Larry O'Brien trophy.
I hate KD.
Security, yo.
I think Jarris was highly upset about that one.
I am highly upset about that. And I honestly, when I saw this in Top Hat, I sat down for a moment. I had to think about getting my thoughts together on this because I was honestly offended by this. Granted, look, I understand KD came from the DC area. We love him for what he has done for coming out of DC, making it in the league, being one of the best, if not the best player in the NBA. And I understand him wanting to come back to the DMV, to talk to the kids, to inspire the youth, to say, hey, you can make it. I made it. Here's what you can do. Basketball is a way of life, blah, 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 blah. But don't bring the trophy here because that's not our trophy. That's not a DC trophy. I didn't see a Wizards branded on top of that trophy.
Right.
Don't bring that here. And to me, that offended me, and that should offend every Wizards player who plays for the city, for him to try to come on, have a parade, roam these streets as if he's showing us that this is, what he won for us. He ain't winning for us. He didn't even give us an interview. I don't want to.
I get where you're coming from, and I'd be frustrated too. But I think it was more so for his community where he came up from to say, "Look, this is what you can do." Give him something to look up to. But at the end of the day, KD post ring is the worst. He thinks he's like the man right now, and it's really bro, you had to go join a 73-9 team that you were up 3-1 on. Like anything you're saying is nullified. I don't care.
I'm also spazzing on Twitter at anybody who has anything to say.
That's what I'm saying.
And you have to accept far less than market value for your talents to stay there. I mean, that's, I don't know. I can't say, Katie. One thing, and I'll mention this because it kind of bugged me, irritated me, and it is kind of a racial issue, but we've got, we're pretty racially diverse on this show. And it was TMZ too, but they went up to him, they said, hey, KD, are you going to go to the White House? And KD said, I don't F with Trump. Okay. Now, you got to be more diplomatic, KD. You can't just come out and say that. If they go and interview Tom Brady, because Tom Brady didn't go see Obama, but he had something come up. And it wasn't just he didn't visit the White House because there was some sort of emergency. The rest of the Patriots did. But if TMZ goes up to Tom Brady and says, Tom Brady, you're going to go to the White House, he's going to say, no, I don't F with Obama. What would y'all think?
I mean, it would definitely be, the script would be flipped. It's just, I don't know, man.
I didn't hear anything when KD said that. I found it, in the depths of YouTube.
I mean, did you? That's what that first take heated debate was about, though.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. When Will Kane and Max and all them, they were going at it because Will Kane clearly is. I don't know which way. I don't know. I'm not in the whole politics thing, but yeah. I don't know.
And regardless, I'm not in the politics thing either. You just have to be you gotta be respectful. You can't just say that. I mean, you can say no. Because of what I believe in, I'm not going to visit the White House this time. That's a very you're on a stage.
That ring changed the man. He thinks
he's like, no, I don't F with Trump. I don't F with losers.
He said that the Kyrie LeBron feud is a regular NBA thing. It happens on every team every year. And I was like, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, and now Kyrie got traded, so we'll have to follow up with him on that. But Kevin got moody ever since him going to the Warriors. I mean, something he kind of honestly had to, because there is literally no one outside of Warriors fans who supports or talks positively about his move. I mean, we all know, and I think even deep down he knows that him doing that is kind of a sellout.
Look, ESPN 30 for 30, how the Warriors ruin the NBA is coming out soon.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I like it.
It'll be a good one though.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna have to field some questions from.
I know Matt said something.
From Matt.
Okay.
Matt's saying some things right now. I'm not gonna say the last thing you said, but
we got time. What's up? What's Matt got?
Let me see.
Matt's saying, all right. He said Ray Rice didn't catch a charge, but there was video of that, Matt. So like the evidence was there. And he said that they can't always rely on the cops because there's a different burden of proof in those situations. So, and he believes that there's going to be an 18-game season with a question mark. So I guess he's asking, do we think there's going to be an 18?
Is that going to be after the 2021 season?
That's what he's saying. Like because you have to negotiate that in the season.
If they do that, they're going to have to, increase the roster size. I mean, players are getting destroyed
that's what I'm saying.
How are we going to
I mean, that's the main thing is safety, and we're going to add 2 games.
No, I think just take one preseason game, 2 preseason game stops.
Okay, but that's how players are making the team. Unless you're going to have a summer league or something so they can go play. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. They're going to have to evolve something because that's. I mean, in the NFL, those bottom half players are actually really, really important.
Yeah. Oh, I know that. They just got to scrimmage more in practice with the twos on the twos. Do it more like college as far as that.
You're going to have to increase the roster size. Get some extra defensive linemen, get some extra offensive linemen. Quarterbacks can stay the same. You're going to have to maybe switch some running back situations.
Let them dress out more than 45 players.
Correct.
I would rather see eight teams make the playoffs. Or, so even though you want to get a first round bye, but have more than 6. Because
like 8 in each conference, you're saying?
Yeah. So up it from 6. So go from 6.
Saying 8,
12. No, I was thinking about that.
Go.
Yeah, you're about to lose that much money.
Go from 6 to 8, and I think that that gives you another a week of games, and I think it allows some of those teams on the fringe in there.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I don't know. The whole safety thing is the big NFL's biggest problem right now with moms not wanting their kids to play, blah, blah, blah. But as far as his Ray Rice comment, I don't know. I mean, there was clear video of him, Mike Tyson and Conor McGregor and somebody or his wife in the elevator.
He didn't catch a charge, but he was like, he didn't get a job.
Yeah, because she didn't want to bring up the charges.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just depends. I don't know if that was I don't know, because the whole innocent until proven guilty thing, it just doesn't apply when it comes to domestic violence.
I mean, Ray Rice guy still hasn't had a job since then.
But that's because he was already a fairly unproductive running back.
He had
that one year.
No. At that time, he was 30 years old, getting about 3 yards a carry max. He was not.
He was like 27.
No, he was like 30. I promise you, bro.
He was not 30. He was Ray Rice was one of the better backs in the league. Playing with the Ravens.
He again just like
team. Okay, so he's 30 now. So
He was like 27.
27, yeah.
All right, I'm about to look up his stats. We gonna see.
Bro, Ray Rice was
like
balling.
just like they did with what we said about
cool.
Colin Kaepernick. His issue happened at a bad time. He was coming off of a bad season when that happened.
No, yeah, he was
That's
averaging 3.1 yards a carry. The year before it happened.
Yeah, so it made it easy to get rid of him.
I mean, yeah, and it's the social media age, so nobody wants to take that risk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They don't want that backlash that you're going to get, at least the initial backlash that we at least see from, the whole Kaepernick situation, things like that.
But we're not going to see that same backlash for Zeke. I mean, yes, he's going to probably get 6-game suspension, but it's not he's not going to come back in the league.
Fresh, he's a fresh diaper dandy, as Dick Vitale would say. He's in there. The man's going to put up numbers like ridiculous. Like, if you were to let him walk, like the Ravens did Ray Rice, somebody's picking him up regardless of the suspension or not.
Yeah.
Like, if he was out for a year, somebody's picking him up. And that just brought into my head, where's Josh Gordon?
But he lost some weight.
He's not coming back. I think he's trying to come back, and the NFL said they're not actively pursuing.
That's so annoying, man, because like now they're like researching into the whole marijuana and everything. And that's the only reason he's in trouble is because he likes to smoke weed, right?
I know, but now he doesn't. I saw like a picture of him like in some garb in some third world country.
Oh man.
Oh well, he just went Ricky Williams on us.
Yeah, he was about to say the same thing.
But he's not smoking. I mean, regardless,
we think
he lost a lot of weight. He's on a new diet. He's lost like 25 pounds. So I think
that's not a good thing.
Yeah, doesn't that make him a tiny person?
Well, no. Last preseason he was heavy. Remember when
he was still balling too? Dude, him and Johnny Manziel would have.
But how did he leave? Didn't he on his own accord say, "I need to take time off to get myself together"?
Yeah, he checked himself into rehab the week that he was reinstated.
Right. So he still wasn't right. I mean, who knows even if he is now? I don't know. He's had a lot of chances and he's come back twice now, and so I don't know. I think he has to sort things out. I mean, how old is he now? He's got to be close to 30.
No.
He's probably 27 as well.
Yeah, 27, 28.
Yeah.
Right around there.
I don't know.
He could have been one of the best in the league for sure. Like top 3.
Absolutely.
He scorched the league his first 2 years. It was crazy.
Yeah, that guy was an animal.
Do we want to do
no quarterback?
Or do we want to do you guys want to do some more preseason
I got another top half for you.
Go for it.
All right. The Falcons' shiny new stadium will have a Chick-fil-A, but it will not be open on Sunday.
I'm pissed. I only want Chick-fil-A on Sundays.
That's the worst business model I think I've ever. How many Thursday night games are they going to have? How many Monday?
Well, it's not even that though. There
has to be something.
I read an article that they expect to host up to 200 to 300 events a year.
You're right. Yeah. So you got.
So yeah, I mean it'll pay off. But
and
it's
then
like
regardless, the one day it's open. During one of those events, they'll probably sell out in an hour.
Oh yeah, dude, it makes it worth it.
So I mean,
I guess,
and it's based in Atlanta, so that makes the most sense.
I applaud Chick-fil-A in a time when people are extending hours. You have Black Friday, that's Black Weekend.
Bro,
right?
I mean, work Black Friday. I had to go on Thanksgiving at 6:00.
Exactly, and so I applaud Chick-fil-A for sticking to their guns and saying we're going to give our employees Sundays off. Yeah, I think that's that in a day where everybody's
in there that Justin said he'll always defend Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Oh, and another thing too.
Can we? No.
Real quick.
Say that first, Justin.
Real quick.
That first.
Okay. Chick-fil-A is basically cannot do any wrong to any race. Chick-fil-A is the ultimate, I guess, like mediator. No matter what, Chick-fil-A, because there was something that came out that was completely false about the Chick-fil-A owner that his son had on like a KKK costume, had on the hat and everything. And it was false, but we were talking about it. It's like, I would still go eat at Chick-fil-A. I would, I'd be like, well, maybe he's not that bad, and there was several African Americans at the table that I was eating with. They're like, well, we would probably still eat at Chick-fil-A too because their food's so good and their service is great. Who cares
at the end of the day, if the owner's son does something, that does not bother me from your food. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's the same take I have with Kaepernick. Why did him kneeing affect you to make you stop watching?
Yeah.
Like it shouldn't. Like you should enjoy what you enjoy regardless of what, unless they're like killing dogs or something back there. Okay, but they're not. They got that's what top 3 fast food chains out there.
Chick-fil-A is so good.
Yeah.
It is.
So basically, you're saying that the Chick-fil-A's deliciousness trumps all political boundaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Well, look, I mean,
So
that's
they
what
did have the
Chick-fil-A
the thing about the
abortion or something.
No?
didn't he say that he didn't want like homosexuals eating there or something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah, because that's
Yeah.
against. They're very religious. The owner of Chick-fil-A, and that's why they're closed on Sundays. And he doesn't believe in that. But I guarantee you,
he's still taking the money.
yeah.
What is?
I guarantee they still eat there.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
They don't care what he said. What he thinks the food is good. If I'm homosexual, I'm eating
with
it.
Chick-fil-A or things like that in general. When something comes up, people worry about it for like a week, and then it's over. And then they're back going to Chick-fil-A.
Right.
They're back on their normally scheduled programs.
But there's some stuff that I could see in the news, some food chains that I like and enjoy. And if I see that they're racist, I might not eat there for a little while. Chick-fil-A is not one of them.
I'm just surprised that their Chick-fil-A's Oklahoma, Justin. I didn't know y'all had Chick-fil-A.
Nah, they moving out west now. Chick-fil-A.
The most underrated milkshakes ever.
No,
I don't even say that.
Come on now, those are your
The
average
peach
Joe
milkshakes
milkshakes.
are alright though. I'm not gonna lie.
Look,
I had
the
one
lemonade
time.
one was pretty good. The little lemonade
Yeah,
frost.
I mean, I did.
Like their cookies and cream milkshake ain't got nothing on the Cookout one.
Bro, cookouts
I
were
never
good,
had a Cookout
but,
one.
bro,
Here we go.
Chick-fil-A, the
Cookout
vanilla
again.
We can't
shake.
go a
is
show
solid.
without Cookout. Justin, can you contact Cookout see if we can get a sponsorship on the show?
We need-
Because obviously,
Cookout was solid. Man.
Five Guys shakes are better. Just for the record.
there it is.
No.
My man, clap it up for Aaron.
Yes.
What did he say?
Five
Five
got
Guys
a
shakes
mention
are
on
better
the
than
show.
Cookout shakes.
There it is.
Come on, leave us
You
something
say
in the
Five Guys
comments.
shakes?
There it is.
Yes.
When the hell did they get shakes?
I thought
What
they
does
just
it
had
do?
burgers.
This
and fries.
this select
Bro, it's
location.
been
You
at
say so
least-
much about Five Guys, you don't even eat there.
Because Five Guys is trash.
Oh!
It's $10 a burger. I'm not going there to spend $10 when I can get 2 trays from Cookout. It's called economics, my friend.
Chris, you're trash. How about that?
No. Five Guys.
Five Guys over Cookout any day,
Hey,
any day of the week.
no. Tell me why the Five Guys by my house closed.
the Twitter
Because
poll
wasn't
out.
nobody going there. Everybody was
Put the
going to
poll
the.
out. I guarantee Five Guys gets more votes.
No, because everybody was going to the Japanese place that was right next door to the Five Guys, and the Five Guys cooked or whatever closed, and now they got a faux place there because of it.
Five Guys
Five
is
Guys is trash.
pricey for the town that I live in, and the median income isn't exactly the highest. A lot of people are going to Five Guys like, no way. I'm not spending that much on a burger. It's like me and my girlfriend.
First of all,
you know,
they charge you like for ketchup. You're like, oh, I want ketchup on my burger, 70 cents. It's like, come on now, get out of here. I don't want that.
Tell Cookout to expand its reach. You know, Cookout is
It's expanding, sir.
the closest Cookout to DC is 2.5 or so hours away. I think.
Well,
Richmond's
why don't you?
closest
You better. You
Cookout.
got a car.
It's like Richmond or
It's like Richmond.
Hey, you got a car.
Williamsburg. That's
Yo,
where
time
I
out.
went.
I
had
know
one
Matt
there.
heard
Cookout ain't gonna
it
last
too.
up here.
Matt. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Matt saw it.
What?
Five
Matt
Guys.
said
man.
Five Guys
What?
shakes.
Matthew lives in. Hey, look, man.
Bro,
Y'all North
Dude.
Carolina guys.
dude,
just-
for
y'all just
for,
don't-
for the package
y'all
that
don't
you
get
get at a Cookout is unbeatable. It's just unbeatable.
Would you go grocery shopping at a dollar store? Is that what you're doing? Because the value is better?
Aldi is nice. Aldi's the biggest, one of the biggest grocery stores in the world.
I mean,
So
come on, man. You pay for the value, you pay for the flavor, you pay.
it's good. You acting
It's
like it's
awesome.
trash. No,
There's
their burgers are so
Five Guys
good.
fries destroys anything that you can get from Cookout.
No, I
come on,
stop
chicken-
right there. The
chicken
fries are
quesadilla.
trash. I hate
Hey,
Five
but,
Guys trash.
but if you order a small fry, you've got enough for a family of
yeah,
like,
they
six.
give you a lot, but
The
I
fries
hate
be
Five
hitting.
Guys fries.
I'm with you
What are
though,
we talking
dude.
about over here?
Yo, the chicken quesadillas at Cookout way better than fries at Five Guys for sure.
Chris, say something
have
good about
chicken.
Five Guys. Say one thing good about Five Guys. I want to hear it.
The restaurant was nice when it
You know
first
what,
opened.
man? This is
Look,
it's my
all right.
last time on
no, before we get out of
for-
here,
for my fans,
I
love
got
y'all.
some things I need to say about the Great White Hope.
Connor
The man.
Jeezy.
No, no. We know who I'm talking about.
Christian?
The running back. Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
here we
Come
go.
on,
Lord.
y'all
You know what? I
cannot
didn't know we
lie.
had a
How
brother
good
in
does
the
he
league.
look?
Bro,
I didn't know we had a brother in the league, which is interesting. He plays for the Green Bay Packers. Also,
what about Burkhead?
Well, Burkhead did look good too, but he was always good at Nebraska. I loved him then.
I know, but I
He
think we
just
might
always
have.
drew up his knee.
Yeah, I don't know. He might start for New England.
Hey man, I'm just saying.
No, Christian.
McCaffrey looks good. I think wasn't Matt one of the doubters that said, I don't know.
Oh
right?
yeah.
I don't know. He can't run between the tackles.
I think Jones was a doubter too.
No,
Right.
are you undoubted?
I think he'll be a productive back.
Yeah.
I want to know honestly right here, right now. I want someone to write this down so we can notate this at the end of the season. What you think McCaffrey's stats will be?
Oh, he's gonna get 10 total touchdowns. Oh, if Jonathan Stewart gets hurt,
full stat line right here, right now.
If Jonathan Stewart gets hurt, yo, can you put a star by this if Stewart gets hurt? Nope. All right, full stat line.
Full stat line right now.
All right.
Rushing yards, receiving yards, total touchdowns, and rushing touchdowns.
600 yards, 600 yards rushing, 400 yards receiving, 10 total touchdowns.
See, I think he'll get over 600 yards rushing. That's what
I do too, but I was just trying to be night.
Get you a 5-guy shake, man.
They don't got shakes.
They do got shakes.
They do have shakes. I'm going to get one as soon as we get off the show.
There it is.
All right, so that's how you know they trash.
There it is.
Because they had to adopt shakes to get somewhere.
What are you talking about?
There's a burger place.
Nah, they didn't open up with shakes. I promise you.
I
would have gotten the shake when I used to eat there.
Can we go to Five Guys just once this week? Can we all just disagree to say, you know what, we're going to try Five Guys this week?
No.
And come back next week.
Because the Five Guys near my house now is next to a cookout. And then I'm just going to go to cookout every time. Simple as that.
You feel like
I think you're afraid of what you're gonna experience.
Yeah. No, I'm afraid to spend $12 for a burger alone.
It's not $12 for a burger,
bro. It's close. It's almost 10.
It's like $7 for the burger.
Right, $8,
bruh. That's more than you get for a double burger with 2 other sides.
Five Guys burgers are all double burgers.
But I'm just saying that's still more than you get for a double burger at Cookout, a shake, and 2 sides.
In Oklahoma this year, we're going to Five Guys. I'm gonna buy Chris a burger. How about that?
Man, you buy it?
I'm gonna buy Chris a burger.
That's fine.
He gonna grub it.
I'm gonna eat half of it, throw it away.
We gotta roll. Five. Everybody gets 5 words. Let's go. Jones, you can take less.
I can take less. Thank you guys for having me on the past 2 weeks. It's been fun.
You're way over 5 words.
I love you guys. I just wanted to say that it's been a fun 2 weeks. Hopefully, I'll come back in the future, throw some words at you guys.
You'll be around.
Yeah.
Diggs.
I guess my 5 words is gonna be 5 guys for the win. So,
Diggs, you my homie. Yeah. You my boy. DC, DMV.
Yep, DMV.
Yep. There it is.
LeBron's gonna win another final. There's mine. Bang.
Man, that was a given though.
Chick-fil-A shakes underrated. That's fine. That's fine.
Everybody goes to Chick-fil-A for steak.
Yeah, I'm not going to disrespect Chick-fil-A. Like,
we'll have Matt Thompson with us next week. He'll be coming back from Cape Cod. We'll see. He might have another child on the way.
Whoa.
We will holler at y'all later.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Who?